Just like import functions, R also comes with rich features to export the processed data. Some of the common R export functions are: number 1. Write.table. It prints data frame into a wider range of file formats including tab delimited files. Parameters include x, which will be our R object to be written, then file is equal to a character string, naming a file. This is similar to save as. NA is equal to NA or any other character string will be used by R to represent the missing values. Lastly, the row names and the column names is a logical value indicating whether the column names of the R object X to be written along with the R object X. Number 2 is the write.csv. It's again a wrapper function of write.table to print data frames or R object into CSV formats. By default, both the functions write.csv and write.table functions create an extra column in the file containing the observations of numbers. To prevent this, set the row names argument to false. And lastly, the write lines. Write lines just writes text line to a file, that is, it prints the entire row as one line. This is basically used to print the values of readLines function. Now, let's recap the definitions with the help of an example. First, write.table. Type write.table, then inside the function name, define the R object. In this case, it's bike sharing program. Then file is equal to indicates the name of the file to save as, which is, in our case, is bike sharing program table.csv. SEP indicates how the values of each variable will be identified. col.names, that is column names, is a logical indicator to represent the first row as the column names. Now, if we open the file, we will observe that it creates an extra column in the file containing the number of observations for the bike sharing program R object in the file bike sharing program table.csv, causing the column values shift to the right, like for example, fuel type should be gas instead of 1. To overcome this issue, we need to declare one more function, row.names f or false, indicating row names already exist with the bike sharing program R object. Now, by default, it didn't create an extra column in the file containing the observation numbers for the R object bike sharing program in the bike sharing program table.csv. Hence, proper alignment of all the variable values. Second is our write.csv. The parameters of write.csv are mapped from the write.table. However, in write.csv, parameters like column.names, SEP separated by, will throw an error, as write.csv already contains delimiter. And last, write lines. That writes text line to a file, that is, it prints the entire row as one line. To perform write lines, we need character variables. So we'll convert one of the variables as.character function to convert the aspiration into a character data type. Structure str in short bike sharing program $aspiration to confirm the conversion. Now use the write lines function to save the aspiration column as bike.text separated by /n, that is separated by a new line. We can perform the same using another function called cat. The only difference we will observe, write lines saves the output as columns while cat function in rows. Next, we will see how to perform import and export data in the lab session.